Good morning, students. Today we will be continuing with chapter number 2, where we were learning about the different nutrients present in the food and how are those nutrients important to us, or why should we have those, why should we eat those nutrients, why should we have those nutrients, and from where, what was the source of those nutrients. So till now we have learned about carbohydrate, fat and protein. Now we will be going on to the next nutrients, that is vitamins. Now vitamins, before I go to before I describe it or explain it, you must have heard that your parents must be saying that maybe the vitamin, you should sit in sunlight to get vitamin D, or you should eat citrus food to get vitamin C. So from here you can understand that vitamins are of several kinds. And what are they? They are protective foods. As carbohydrate and proteins, they were energy giving food, vitamins are protective food. Okay. And we need carbohydrates and fats and proteins in huge quantity, but vitamins is required in small quantities, and it is very much important to carry on our all the body functions very smoothly and properly. So what do they? First one is, see, they protect our body from different diseases. Then they help in keeping our bones, teeth, gums and eye healthy. So these are all healthy, or these are kept in good conditions if we have all the proper vitamins. As I told, vitamins are of several kinds, like vitamin A, vitamin B, vitamin B complex, vitamin C, vitamin D, vitamin E and vitamin K. So our body needs all these vitamins in a small quantity. Now each vitamin, these all vitamins, vitamin A, vitamin B complex, vitamin C, they all have a different role, and they have a specific role. Means they have a particular role. Okay. As for vitamin A, what it helps in? It helps to protect our eyes and keep our skin healthy. Means if you have deficiency of vitamin A, then you will be having poor eyesight. Means if you don't take vitamin A properly, then at a very small age, at a very young age, you may be you may have to use specs. Means glasses, reading glasses. Then comes vitamin B. This helps in releasing energy and formation of red blood cell. So what is red blood? There are the blood which we have is running in our body. There are red blood cell, white blood cell, they are made of all these. So it helps in the formation of those red blood cell, and it helps in releasing energy. Okay. Now vitamin C, it keeps our teeth, gum and bones healthy. Then comes vitamin D, which makes our bones and teeth strong. So vitamin C and D, they are both important for your teeth, okay, and bones. Vitamin E, it keeps our body and skin healthy. We know vitamin A also keeps our skin healthy, and our vitamin E also keeps our skin healthy. Then vitamin K helps in clotting of blood. Now what is this clotting of blood? Clotting of blood, suppose you get hurt somewhere and blood starts coming out from the part where you have got injury. So, but after it may take sometimes few minutes. It depends upon what type of injury it is. Means if it is a deep injury or a light injury, blood comes out, but after few seconds or after few minutes, the blood stops coming out from that place, and it's thick a thick lump of blood stays there. So that is clotting of blood. Means the blood turns into a thick jelly like thing, you can say, or hard thing, and it so that our blood does not come out continuously from that injury. Because if blood is continuously coming out from that injury, it happens in very severe injury. It means if you have, suppose, someone has an accident and he has got his leg broken or his head broken, then the blood comes out continuously. That's a different case. So, but if you have small injury, that time the blood comes out at that case also, but it stops after few seconds or few minutes, and you see a hard thing has formed there. That is clotting of blood. So, how is that how is that happen? That vitamin K helps in clotting of blood, and if blood keeps on coming out, you have to take. Your health will be deteriorating, means you have to rush to hospital, you have to see a doctor, and then you have to get extra blood from outside. So blood clotting is very important, and that is possible if you have proper vitamin K intake in your food. Now here you see they have given different examples for vitamin A. What are the examples of vitamin A? What are the sources, not examples, what are the sources of vitamin A? These all things which you see, these are the sources of different vitamins. Vitamin A we get from carrot, papaya, fish oil and mango. There are several others. It's not only these four we get vitamin A. There are many other things from where you get vitamin A. Then vitamin B, you get it from potatoes, meat, milk, and many other things. Similarly, vitamin C, they have given the example: oranges, guava, chilies, amla. Especially vitamin C you get from all citrus food. Citrus means the food that is khatta, which we say in Hindi. जितने भी खट्टे फूड फ्रूट्स या कुछ भी होते हैं उनमें से तुम्हें विटामिन सी मिलता है. ओके. नाउ विटामिन डी, the most important source of vitamin D is sunlight. You get it from this tuna fish, you get it from paneer, you get it from kidney beans, but the main source is sunlight. So people say that you should expose yourself, means you should go out and sit in the sunlight or play in the sunlight. For that is not throughout the day, because only in the morning times, early morning time. Because as the sun goes high, means in the afternoon and all, that time you should not go out in sun. In the morning time when you go out, then your skin will absorb this vitamin D, okay, from the sunlight. Then vitamin E, you get it from peas, milk, egg, nuts. And vitamin K is from spinach, cabbage, tomatoes, cauliflower. These all are the example of the sources of some of the vitamins. So learn these examples, learn this one, which type of vitamins helps in what, plus their sources. This you have to learn in vitamins. And then what if the question is what are vitamins, then you have to learn this, you have to write these whole things. Vitamins are important for our body. They are protective compounds. You don't write this one, known food value. They are required in small quantities and they are important for proper functioning of the body. Vitamins, they protect our body from diseases, and they help in keeping our bones, teeth, gums, eyes healthy. This all will be discussing when we discuss the question answer, but before that, these are the answers where you can get what are vitamins. Now let's come to mineral. So minerals, just like vitamins, they are also protective food. Okay, they help our body to remain healthy. They are also required in small quantities like vitamins. Means you have again in small quantity, whereas we told carbohydrate, fat, protein we need in large quantity, but this vitamins, mineral we need in small quantity. And some important minerals, which are what are the names of some of the important minerals? They are calcium, sodium, potassium, phosphorus, iron and iodine. These are some. It's not all the minerals. Okay. So what are the work of function of mineral is? Protective. They are protective compound. They have no food value. No need of writing this. They are required in small quantities and they are important for body function. Means it's same as vitamins. Okay. Now some of the minerals which we have told here are calcium and phosphorus. These are very essential means very much important and बहुत ज़्यादा ज़रूरत है. Okay, essential means that. So they are essential for proper formation of bones and teeth. Means if you don't have, or if you sufficient amount of calcium and phosphorus, if you don't intake proper amount of sufficient amount of calcium and phosphorus, then maybe your bones, your teeth may be weak. Milk, egg, cheese, pulses are rich in these two minerals. So that's why your parents always put a stress or make you drink milk, because milk is very important for our, you see it has many vitamins also. As for vitamin B also, it has calcium also. So it is, you can see it is a multi protective food, you can say in that way. A multi usable food is very important, and all the children should have it. Although many of you don't like it, but you should have it. Now, iron is essential for formation of hemoglobin. What is hemoglobin? It is the red pigment present in our red blood cell. Means you know that our blood is red in color. Why is it red in color? It is red in color due to this hemoglobin. Okay, just for time being, for this class, just means for class 6, just understand they are the red pigment present in the red blood cell. No need of knowing more than that, but and know that it is due to the hemoglobin that our blood color is red. And from where do we get this hemoglobin? We get it from iron. Means the iron that is present in different food. Now, deficiency of hemoglobin causes anemia. Anemia is what? Anemia is a type of disease where the blood content in some person is less. You must have seen, if you compare your hand, suppose if I take my hand, see it's pinkish little bit, isn't it? It's not white or not pale. But if a person who is suffering from anemia, his or hand will be pale, means it won't be reddish. If you look at, I don't know how much clear it is in the video, but if you look at your hand, then also you can see it's little reddish, yellowish, reddish. Not yellowish, means it's reddish type. But a person suffering from anemia, they will be having pale hands, means that much reddishness will not be there. So, and that is not good for health, good for your health. So, green leafy vegetables, eggs, nuts, peas and liver are good sources of iron. Okay. So, these are the sources of iron. Spinach. Spinach is the, spinach means palak. Palak, which you all must be knowing what is palak. So that is the, you can say, the easiest and the very good source of iron and vitamin K also. So iodine is also necessary for keeping the body healthy. Its deficiency leads to disease called goiter, swollen neck condition. Now goiter, I don't know whether they have given a picture. No, they are not given a picture. Goiter means happens when there is a deficiency, means when your body doesn't have that much of iron content in it, and then what happens that your neck area gets swollen up. Okay, and that is, it's not only swelling up, that has some problems, it has some problems also, and that disease is known as goiter. I will try to send you a picture of a person suffering from goiter. So then where do we get this iodine from? We get from iodized salt, we get it from fish, we get it from seafoods. These all are sources of iodine. Then comes to fiber. Now fiber as such, they don't have any nutritive value, means they don't have any value of nutrition, but it is very important for our body, and it is very important for the digestion process. Okay, it helps us to prevent constipation, it assists in the process of digestion, and it helps to get rid of the undigested food. Now this fiber, they are also known as dietary fiber. What the fiber that we eat, fiber means the cloth, the material of the cloth, that is also made of fiber. I'm not talking about that fiber. The fiber which we eat from the food, which we that are known as dietary fiber. Dietary fiber means the food, that is the diet which we are taking, the fiber that which we are taking in our diet is known as the dietary fiber, or the fiber that we eat is known as dietary fiber. Okay. Now the roughage, this roughage is provided by the plant products in our food. It is the main sources of vegetables, fruit, whole grain and pulses. So roughage is very much important and we should have in our food. That is why you see our parents say not to have too much of food like that is made up of maida, that is white flour food, that is very smooth, because it doesn't have any spinach, it doesn't have any roughage, and that will it may lead to constipation if we have lots of that. So the paste, most of this pizza and all, they are made up of the same thing, from this maida, refined flour, which we say, refined flour. Now water is again one of the most important thing which we should have in our daily diet, and at least we should drink 2 to 3 liters of water every day. And our whole body is made up of 70% of water. Okay. So water, what are the uses of water? If you don't drink for water for even 1 hour, you will feel uneasy. So water, one important fact you can understand here is an adult is unable to survive for more than a week without water, but can survive for many weeks without food, provided he has water. Means you can understand how much important this water is for our body. Means if a person does not drink water for 1 week, he doesn't drink at all, then after 1 week, after 2 to 3 days he won't survive. Means he has to be hospitalized, he has to be given extra water, that is saline which we say. But even if he doesn't get food for many weeks, for even 2 weeks, 3 weeks, nothing is going, means he will get weak, but he won't die. But he has to take in water. Okay. Just a second. So water, as I was telling you, that it is very important for our health. Without water we can't survive for more than 1 week. Yes, without food we can survive for many weeks, but without water we can't. And from where do we get this water? We get this water from the different liquid which we drink. Maybe water directly, milk, tea. Even the fruit and vegetable which we eat, they contain lots of water. So even while cooking, suppose your mother is cooking this pulses or cereals, we all need cooking for water for cooking. So there also you are adding water, and indirectly that water is coming to our body. Now what is the uses of water? The uses of water is that they help to move substances within the body. It helps to absorb nutrients from food. It helps in throwing out waste such as urine, sweat from our body. It helps to maintain constant body temperature. So these are the important function of water. You must not have thought that water helps our body in so many ways, isn't it? So you see now how much important this water is. Okay, now it helps. Now let me explain this. It helps to move substances within the body. Now, what type of substances? The food which we eat, that is moved from one part to another part, from our mouth to the digestive tract, that is enabled with the water. If we don't take water, the food movement will be very slow, and the nutrients it won't reach to the parts where they have to reach. Then it helps to absorb the nutrients from the food. The food which we have eaten, and we want the nutrients to be absorbed from there. That is possible only if we eat water. We drink water. Then it helps in throwing out waste such as urine, sweat, and from our body, and also maintain the body temperature. Our body temperature is maintained at 97-98 degree, and if you don't during fever, you see when you have fever, your body temperature goes up. It goes up to 100, it goes up to 102. So that time what we do, we sponge our body, we wipe our body with wet cloth, or doctors say to drink as much of as liquid we can. Why? That will lower down our body temperature. Means that water will help to maintain our body temperature. Okay. See, how can you see that water is present in food item? Take any fruit or any vegetable, cut it, tell your parents to cut it, and if you press your hand on that food, if you press it like this or like this, you will see your hand will get damp. So this shows that water is present. Now, nutrients or food on basis of their role. The nutrients that we have studied till now, they can be separated into 3 groups based on the roles these nutrients play. One is energy giving food like carbohydrate and fat. Second is body building food like protein. Third is protective food like vitamins and minerals. So whatever nutrients you have read till now, it can be divided under these 3 groups. Okay. Now, to keep our body healthy, we need to eat food item rich in all these 3. It's not only that we have to eat only energy giving food, or we'll be eating only body building food, or we'll be eating only protective food. We have to eat all these 3 kinds of food. The list here I'm showing you, it consists of good source. Here you see, this is a list, and they are the sources. Means the energy giving food, from where you get, these are the sources. Body building food, these are the sources, and protective food, these are the sources. So for today we'll be wrapping up till here, means we'll be ending the class till here. You go through the explanation and do this as homework. Okay.